Hello and welcome. I am so happy you are here with me today. We're going to talk about a really big goal, learning English. If you are starting from day one, from zero, then this explainer is absolutely for you. We're going to look at some expert advice and make a very simple step-by-step plan. Think of it like a map, and this map will help you start your English journey. It will show you the way. Okay, are you ready? Let's begin. Starting a new language can feel like you're looking at a big, confusing map. You see all these different roads, so many places to go, but you just don't know where to start. You don't know where you are on the map. And it's really easy to feel lost before you even start. But please don't worry. Today, we're going to find your starting place together. That's a huge question, right? A very, very important one. You look online, you see so many apps, so many books, so many classes. Wow. It can be really confusing. Which one is the right one? What's the best way to start? Well, the goal today is to help you with exactly that. We want to make it simple. We're going to give you a clear, simple place to start. A first step. Now, this first step is really interesting and it's super important. We need to figure out what kind of beginner are you. Just take a look at the screen. On the left, you see absolute beginner. An absolute beginner, well, they know very little English, or maybe no English at all. Everything is brand new. Then on the right, we have false beginner. A false beginner might have studied English in school, maybe a long time ago. They didn't really learn it well, but they remember some words. They can often remember things from the past, and that helps them learn a little faster when they start again. So which one are you? Just take a moment to think about it. Are you an absolute beginner or a false beginner? This map, this whole plan that we are making today, is for the absolute beginner. So if you're starting from zero with no English at all, you are in the perfect place. It's a wonderful place to start, actually. Every long journey, every expert journey starts with just one single step. And today, we're going to take that first step together. We are going to build your English foundation, one small piece at a time. Okay, so let's get into the main part of our plan, the heart of our map. These are your first, most important steps, your first building blocks. And it's so important to remember that you don't need to learn everything right now. No, that's way too much. What's important is to learn the right things in the right order. And that's exactly what this plan is going to show you. Let's take a look at your first steps. In phase 1, you'll start with the real basics, the alphabet, A, B, C, and numbers, 1, 2, 3. You'll also learn how to spell your name. This is so important when you meet people. Then, in phase 2, you'll learn the verb to be. This is probably the most important verb for a beginner. You'll learn how to say I am, you are, and he is. We'll practice this a little more later. In phase 3, you'll start describing things with basic adjectives, like big or small. And then in phase 4, you'll learn how to ask simple questions. Questions are key to having conversations. Learning in this order, well, that's the key to your success. So, what kind of words will you learn? We're talking useful, important words for your everyday life. First up, greetings. You'll learn to say hello and how are you? Next, personal information. You'll learn the words for your name, your address, your phone number. Then, people and things. Words for jobs, like doctor or teacher. And words for things you see every day, like table or book. And finally, time. You'll learn the days of the week and how to tell the time. These are the words you really need to start talking. Okay, let's just stop for a second and talk about this one verb. The verb to be. This is a very, very important piece of grammar for beginners. You can think of the verb to be as a special key. It's the key that helps you say who you are, what you are, and where you are. So for sure, the most important thing to learn first is I am, you are, and he is. You have to know them really well. Let's try it. Repeat after me. I am. Good. You are. Very good. He is. She is. Excellent. You need to know these perfectly. Okay, so you've got the basic blocks. You have some words, you have the verb to be. So now let's see how these blocks all connect together. Let's see how we can build something real. This is the exciting part, where your single words start to become real communication about your life and your world. The next big thing to learn is something called the present simple tense. Now, I know what you're thinking. The name present simple tense sounds like difficult grammar, but please don't worry. It's actually very simple. It really is. We use it to talk about things we do every day. We use it to talk about our habits and our routines, things that are always true. It's the perfect tense for everyday life. And to talk about your daily life, well, you're gonna need some action words. You need verbs. Look at these verbs on the screen. These words are going to help you talk about your day. For example, wake up. I wake up. Have breakfast. I have breakfast. Go to work. I go to work. See? They're simple words, but they're so useful for everyone every single day. And right here, you can see exactly how it works. Look at that first sentence. I wake up at 7 o'clock. You just take a subject, like I, you add a verb, like wake up. And just like that, you have a complete sentence. You are talking about your life. Look at the next one. She eats pizza. The subject is she, the verb is eats. It's that simple. And the last one, we study English. Hey, that's you. You are studying English right now. You can use this to talk about all the things you do. Now let's think about giving your personal information to somebody. For example, let's imagine we're making a simple profile in English. Name, Roberto. Job, engineer. Country, Germany. To say this information, you just use the verb to be. You'd say, his name is Roberto, and he is an engineer, and he is from Germany. You also use those question words to ask for the information, like, what is his name? Or what is his job? Or where is he from? You see? Those simple words from the very first steps are helping you do real things, like introduce another person. So, now you know what to learn. You have the first steps on your map. But let's talk about how to learn. How you practice is also really, really important. It is just as important as what you learn. So let's look at some great ways to practice and to get better and better at English. First things first. When you start, you should really focus on your ears and your mouth. That means you should focus on listening and speaking. Don't worry so much about complicated grammar rules or writing perfect sentences. Just listen and speak. Second, try to read out loud every day, even just for 15 minutes. This helps your mouth make the new English sounds. It's kind of like exercise for your mouth. And third, record your own voice on your phone. I know, it might feel strange at first, but trust me, it's the best way to hear your own mistakes, and you can hear how much you improve. You can also practice in really fun ways. This is so important. Listen to English music. This helps you hear the sound and the rhythm of the language. Use phone apps. A lot of apps are like games, and they can make learning new words fun. You can also watch movies or TV shows in English. Maybe start with cartoons or children's shows. They use really simple words, and it helps you hear real conversations. And of course, the most important tip, be patient. Be kind to yourself. Learning a new language takes time. It's a journey, not a race. Let's end this section with the most important advice of all. Please listen really carefully. It is okay to make mistakes. Let me say that again because it's so important. It is okay to make mistakes. It's okay to sound a little silly. It's okay to be wrong sometimes. Mistakes are not bad. In fact, mistakes are good. Mistakes are how you learn. They are a huge, very important part of learning anything new. So please, please do not be afraid to speak. So, there you have it. You have a map, a clear path from zero to your very first English conversations. You have the starting point. You know the first important words to learn, and you know how to practice. You have everything you need to begin your journey. The only question left is the one right there on the screen. What's your first step? Maybe your first step is to learn 5 new words today. Or maybe it's just to say, hello, my name is, in English. Whatever it is, I really hope you take it. Thank you so much for joining me.